A royal expert has stated that the Queen has no choice but to strip Meghan Markle and Prince Harry of their royal titles. They have returned to the UK, and it has been stated that the actions of Her Majesty are inevitable and that she will proclaim, "Enough is enough." It follows Meghan's 6,000-word interview with The Cut, in which she asserts that she and Harry were upsetting the dynamic of the hierarchy just by existing, and all of this occurred before they officially stood down as senior working royals. In addition, Meghan discussed how forgiving someone requires a lot of effort, and she disclosed that she was free to say anything because she had not signed any confidentiality agreements with the royal family. On Friday night's GB News with Mark Dolan, royal expert Duncan Larcombe shared his thoughts on the situation. In many respects, he argued, blindly stripping them of the titles isn't going to make any difference. At one point in Meghan's magazine interview, the reporter called her a princess, and it wasn't even corrected. It's safe to say that Her Majesty, the Queen, is a leader of some kind. They report to her, hence she is the leader. She had to interfere historically with Harry and Meghan, wishing them well but removing HRH. She also had to fire Prince Andrew, but she did not strip him of the titles Prince or Duke of York. He continued, "I think it's now almost inevitable that the Queen will have to say, 'Enough is enough, Harry and Meghan. We wish you well in your new life, but we must confiscate your belongings.'" Royal biographer Tom Bower, who just recently published his book Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, stated last week that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were burning out their royal status pretty fast now, and that they would eventually have to give that up due to overuse. Bower made this claim after he claimed in his book that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were burning out their royal status pretty fast. Mr. Bower shared his thoughts with the host of Palace Confidential, Joe Alvin, saying, "It's not only a problem for Harry, but it's also a problem for Meghan, because when she phoned up the two senators to campaign for women's maternity pay, she said, 'Hello, this is Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.' I mean, she plays the royal card all the time, so I don't think that will play well during an election for Congress or even the state," the Speaker said. "I mean, she plays the royal card all the time. Therefore, in my opinion, it is necessary for them to adjust their image. In any event, I believe that they are wasting away their royal position rather rapidly at this point. I believe that in the end they will find they have no choice but to abandon that strategy because it cannot be cleaned." Mr. Bower is referring to an event in which Meghan advocated for paid family leave and solicited support for Republican senators for her cause. The author claimed that Harry and Meghan are both exploiting their royal status to stay on the public radar. When asked if they could create a self-standing celebrity brand, he said, "They can only do it so by being sensational and by doing something." He continued, "They are constantly searching for new things to do, but it always comes back to the royals. Whether it's flying back for the Jubilee so they might be photographed with the Queen, that went wrong. Or, alternatively, it is dumping on the royal family in Harry's forthcoming book. But eventually, it is going to be a damp squib."